In a world where beauty standards constantly shift and the fashion industry moves at lightning speed, one woman has stood out, not just for her striking looks, but for her powerful voice, her resilience, and her unwavering authenticity. She's more than a model, she's a mother, a healer, a trailblazer, and an advocate for mindfulness and mental well-being. From her early start in the spotlight to taking a bold step back to reconnect with herself, and then returning stronger than ever, Sharina has redefined what it means to be beautiful, both inside and out. Join us as we explore the life, the journey, and the legacy of a woman who's using her platform not just to model clothes, but to model courage, healing, and purpose. Sharina Gutierrez was born on March 14, 1990, in Los Angeles, California, and raised in Riverside, a city located just outside of LA. Her early life was deeply shaped by her Filipino heritage, which played a significant role in forming her identity, values, and worldview. Sharina was born to Filipino immigrant parents who moved to the United States in pursuit of better opportunities for their family. Growing up in a traditional Filipino household, she was immersed in a culture that emphasized respect, family unity, humility, and hard work. Her upbringing was filled with customs, foods, and family traditions passed down through generations, a blend of Filipino warmth and resilience mixed with the challenges of adapting to life in America. Despite living in a culturally diverse area, Sharina often experienced the feeling of being different. As a Filipino-American girl trying to find her place in a predominantly Western society, she occasionally struggled with issues of identity and representation. She didn't always see people who looked like her in media or fashion. Yet, rather than becoming discouraged, these experiences sparked something powerful in her, the desire to stand out, to be seen, and to represent. From a young age, Sharina showed signs of being artistic and expressive. She loved to dress up, pose in front of mirrors, and dream about being in front of the camera. Her parents noticed her creative spark and gave her room to explore it, but also emphasized the importance of staying grounded and educated. Education and family were central pillars in her early life, and even as she began pursuing modeling, she remained connected to these roots. Sharina's personality during childhood was a blend of quiet strength and creative confidence. She wasn't the loudest in the room, but she had a strong presence. She admired her culture, valued her family, and carried with her the traditional values of her heritage, yet she also had dreams that were bold, modern, and unconventional. It was during her early teenage years, around the age of 13, that her life would begin to shift dramatically. She entered a modeling competition and was soon discovered by talent scouts. Her natural beauty, striking features, and calm poise made her stand out right away. This marked the beginning of her journey into the fashion world. It all started when Sharina entered a modeling competition in her early teens. With her striking beauty, natural poise, and calm confidence, she immediately caught the attention of scouts and industry professionals. She had the kind of presence that didn't need loudness to be seen. Her quiet charisma and unique look stood out in a crowd. Soon after the competition, she signed with Ford Models, one of the most prestigious and globally recognized modeling agencies. Being signed by a top agency at such a young age gave her access to major opportunities, but it also came with the challenge of adjusting quickly to a fast-paced and often demanding industry. Despite her youth, Sharina was determined to prove herself. She quickly booked her first major campaign with Reebok, which marked the official beginning of her professional modeling career. From there, the work kept coming. She went on to work with notable brands such as MAC Cosmetics, Maybelline, Nike, Levi's, Vogue Italia, Rimmel London. Sharina's unique ability to blend commercial appeal with high fashion versatility helped her land gigs across both mainstream and editorial platforms. She wasn't just a pretty face, she had a strong sense of self, a calm yet powerful energy, and a passion for representing women of color, especially Asian Americans, in a space where diversity was often limited. While many young models struggle with the pressure of the industry, Sharina's grounded upbringing and strong Filipino values helped her stay focused. She balanced photo shoots, castings, and traveling with staying connected to her roots and her family. Her professionalism, reliability, and positive energy made her a favorite among photographers and brands. One of the key reasons for her early success was her ability to bring authenticity to every shoot. Whether it was a streetwear campaign or a beauty editorial, Sharina brought a personal touch, a sense of story, and a genuine vibe that made her memorable. Her career took her to places all over the world, and she grew not just as a model but as a woman. Over time, she began to use her platform to speak out about issues like mental health, cultural identity, and motherhood, making her not just a model in the traditional sense, but a role model for younger generations. The beginning of Sharina Gutierrez's modeling career set the tone for what would become a long-lasting, meaningful presence in the fashion industry. It wasn't just about walking runways or appearing in ads, it was about representing something deeper: strength, heritage, and authenticity. As Sharina Gutierrez's modeling career flourished through her teenage years and early 20s, she began to experience the fast-paced, often overwhelming reality of the fashion industry. From traveling constantly to maintaining a polished appearance and dealing with the pressures of body image, expectations, and stereotypes, she eventually found herself needing to step back. Sharina made a bold and deeply personal decision to pause her modeling career, a move that many in the industry often fear. For Sharina, however, it was not about giving up. It was about reclaiming herself, nurturing her mental health, and embracing one of the most life-changing roles she would ever take on: motherhood. At a young age, Sharina became a mother, and this new chapter brought a profound shift in her identity. While some might have viewed motherhood as a detour from a modeling career, for Sharina, it was a reawakening. Becoming a mom taught her about strength, patience, and unconditional love. It deepened her understanding of herself and gave her a new perspective on life and purpose. During her break from the runway and campaigns, Sharina focused on her mental and emotional wellness. She dove deep into practices like meditation, self-love, and personal growth. She began to heal from past traumas, break free from industry pressures, and reconnect with her Filipino roots and cultural identity. This was a time of intense transformation where she realigned with who she truly was beyond the camera. Then came her powerful return, not just as a model, but as a woman with a message. When she stepped back into the industry, Sharina was no longer trying to fit into a mold. She came back with intention, confidence, and an empowered voice. Her return was marked by campaigns that reflected authenticity, diversity, and strength. Brands that previously focused only on superficial beauty began seeking out Sharina for what she represented: realness. She modeled for companies that aligned with her values, including sustainable brands, mom-centered campaigns, and inclusive beauty projects. She also began speaking publicly about her journey, being a mother in fashion, dealing with anxiety and depression, and finding strength through vulnerability. Her story resonated with many women, especially women of color, who saw in her a reflection of their own struggles and triumphs. Sharina didn't just come back to modeling, she came back as a leader, a voice, and a symbol of empowerment. She used her platform to mentor younger models, advocate for self-love, and challenge the fashion industry to evolve. Sharina Gutierrez's evolution from a teenage model into a powerful, purpose-driven woman has been deeply tied to her advocacy for mental health and mindfulness. In an industry often centered on appearances and perfection, Sharina has chosen to center authenticity, healing, and inner peace, becoming a beacon of light for those struggling with anxiety, depression, and emotional burnout. After stepping away from the spotlight to focus on her personal life and motherhood, Sharina began a transformative journey inward. She openly shared how the pressures of modeling, social expectations, and personal trauma had taken a toll on her mental health. This acknowledgement became a turning point. Rather than hiding her struggles, she chose to embrace vulnerability, something she now sees as a source of strength. Through practices like daily meditation, journaling, breathwork, and sound healing, Sharina discovered the profound impact mindfulness could have on the body and mind. These tools became more than a form of self-care, they became a lifestyle, and eventually, a mission. Sharina began using her platform to speak honestly and openly about her mental health journey. She broke the silence that often surrounds emotional pain, especially among women of color in creative industries. She spoke about the stigma attached to therapy and the importance of self-reflection. Her willingness to be raw and real helped others feel seen, heard, and encouraged to seek help or begin their own healing. Beyond words, she turned her mindfulness practices into community empowerment. She started leading workshops, meditative circles, and wellness events where she shared her journey and offered tools for healing. Sharina emphasized that mental health is not a luxury, it's a human right, and mindfulness is a tool available to all, no matter their background. She especially focused on reaching young people and mothers, showing that it's okay to pause, breathe, and take care of oneself, even in the middle of chaos. Her story is a powerful reminder that success doesn't just mean being strong all the time, it also means knowing when to slow down, feel, and heal. What makes Sharina's voice stand out in the mental health conversation is her ability to bridge beauty and truth. She remains active in modeling while staying true to her values, proving that one can be both visibly strong and emotionally honest. In doing so, she has helped normalize conversations around emotional well-being in the fashion world and beyond. Today, Sharina Gutierrez is more than a model, she is a healer, a guide, and a voice for those learning to love themselves inside and out. Her journey reminds us all that mindfulness is power, and mental health is the foundation of true beauty and success. Sharina Gutierrez's evolution from a sought-after model into a conscious entrepreneur is a testament to her boldness, creativity, and passion for purposeful living. While she gained recognition on runways and in major campaigns, Sharina always felt a deeper calling to create something of her own, something that blended her personal growth journey with her professional path. Her experience in the fashion and entertainment industries exposed her to the highs and lows of fame, beauty standards, and constant reinvention. But instead of staying confined within those walls, Sharina took those lessons and used them as the foundation for her entrepreneurial pursuits. She began asking deeper questions: how can I help others? How can I use my voice to uplift communities? How can I turn my experiences into empowerment? This led her to co-found MVMNT, a wellness-centered collective aimed at promoting mindfulness, meditation, self-care, and personal growth. Through MVMNT, Sharina created a safe space where people, especially women and creatives, could come together to explore healing practices like sound baths, journaling, breathwork, and guided meditations. The platform grew into a lifestyle movement, encouraging balance between ambition and inner peace. Sharina's entrepreneurial spirit didn't stop there. She also became a motivational speaker, mental wellness mentor, and creative consultant, working with brands and organizations that align with her values. Whether it's fashion labels focused on sustainability or companies that prioritize mental health initiatives, she brings a grounded, intentional approach to every collaboration. She also used her influence to inspire others, especially mothers and women of color, to reclaim their narratives, embrace self-worth, and become creators of their own paths. Her business ventures emphasize authenticity, community, and healing, proving that entrepreneurship doesn't have to be hustle without heart, it can be powerful, peaceful, and deeply personal. Sharina is also a champion of generational change, choosing to model conscious entrepreneurship to her son. As a mother, she sees her business efforts as a legacy project, not just to build wealth, but to model the importance of self-awareness, responsibility, and impact. From modeling to mindfulness, from influencer to innovator, Sharina Gutierrez has shown that success doesn't follow one blueprint. She's building a future where fashion, wellness, and purpose intersect, inspiring others to do the same. Her journey reminds us that true entrepreneurship starts from within, and it's never too late to expand beyond the labels others place on us. Beyond the spotlight and the professional acclaim, Sharina Gutierrez is, at her core, a deeply grounded and soulful individual. Her personal life reflects the same principles that guide her career: authenticity, resilience, and love. Sharina is a proud mother, and motherhood has played a central role in shaping who she is today. Becoming a mom at a young age added layers of responsibility and strength to her journey. Instead of slowing her down, it gave her a deeper sense of purpose. Her son is not just her motivation, he's her anchor, her inspiration to grow, heal, and thrive. She often speaks about how motherhood taught her patience, unconditional love, and the importance of being present in every moment. Her Filipino-American heritage also continues to shape her values and worldview. Sharina carries a strong sense of cultural pride, and she often uses her platform to celebrate diversity, break stereotypes, and uplift stories from underrepresented communities. Her identity as a woman of color in the fashion and wellness spaces makes her a role model for many who rarely see themselves reflected in these industries. Sharina's personal life is intentionally curated around balance and wellness. She values solitude, mindfulness practices, time in nature, and meaningful connections. Whether it's meditating, journaling, spending time with her son, or nurturing her community, Sharina prioritizes peace over pressure, quality over quantity, and inner joy over external validation. When it comes to her legacy, Sharina Gutierrez is not just leaving behind a resume, she's leaving behind a movement. She is paving the way for a more conscious generation of creatives, especially women, who know that their voice matters and their wellness is just as important as their work. Her legacy is one of transformation, turning pain into purpose, using success as a platform for healing, and showing others that you can evolve, reinvent, and rise again on your own terms. Sharina is proof that legacy is not just about what you do, but how you do it. It's in the lives you touch, the spaces you create, and the energy you leave behind. And in every way, Sharina Gutierrez is building a legacy rooted in love, light, and lasting impact. Sharina Gutierrez's life is a powerful narrative of growth, transformation, and courage. From being discovered as a teen model to becoming a mother, a healer, and a businesswoman, her story proves that beauty is not just skin deep, it's about resilience, soul, and purpose. She continues to inspire not only through her visuals but through her voice, quiet but firm, soft but powerful. In a world of curated images, Sharina reminds us to embrace the real, love ourselves fully, and align within.